amazing to watch.
Uh, 400 to chase in a semi-final. I mean, Onion was in beast mode. Huh?
Oh yeah, unbelievable. I mean, the way they pace the innings, right? And Rohit just set up the tempo right in the beginning. So I had my alarm at 1 a.m. and I was thinking if I should watch the game. I got up. I saw 6 overs from 63. I said, you know what? I'm getting up. Amazing. Yeah.
Some innings, and then they pasted very well.
Yep.
And whoever wrote Onion off is matched or close to Rohit's total in the comp. So it
Correct.
is close.
No, see, I think I will. I wasn't on his camp, right, when the entire tournament started, and this is also kudos to Rohit and Dravid to essentially giving confidence to the player and keeping him on, and he really exploded in the last few games. So I think kudos.
Mm. Some
Yeah.
eight sixes or nine sixes.
Correct.
Uh,
See, there is also one thing in WhatsApp I was watching, right? People saying that Kohli has slowed down. This is a key semi-final. Is it fair? See, it's also based on the role, and it is a big milestone. And we know what he can do, right? If he just stayed for two more overs after that, he's going to just take it further. And still, in the end, what 390? If you
Rama,
can't,
you have
you know,
to also look at the physical the aptitude because
correct,
everybody is camping in that heat. So
correct.
if it's slowing down, you have to have the power also to hit sixes or boundaries. Okay.
Correct. See, I think the comment might be true, right? Because he was sort of milestone based, but it's a big milestone, and we know that at some stage uh, there are other people who are filling in. This is where Shreyas's innings is very key, right? He was making sure that we are keeping at a 7 to 8 run per over very easily, and his sixers are such a joy to watch, right?
ಇಲ್ಲ
They just go.
naysayers will always say nay only. Okay.
Correct.
அந்த மாதிரி so I don't care about them at all
Yeah.
because you have if you have a total of 400. Okay. I
Yeah.
mean, if all the voters have to have a bad day,
Correct.
even one has a bad day is okay, we can
Correct.
defend it.
No, see, it's also role based, right? I think, as we have always said in this, the playbook is very clear. Rohit starts off, Gango, Gill is a little watchful, and then Virat comes in. Then the switch of the role happens, right? Virat becomes the stabilizer role. So he's going to stay around, and then Gill gets to flourish. And then once Gill gets out, and then it's Shreyas. Hmm,
And he will come and he will get his high in for that 20 or
correct,
30, then he will explode and then Kohli will rotate. That's the template.
correct, correct.
I
So I
always
think,
liked KL's finished. Okay.
correct.
20,
Yep.
40 of 20 balls.
See, and for me, I thought they should have sent Sky over KL, and I was telling like we had some chats going on Facebook too, and my cousin Sriram Chotu was telling me that he felt the same, and then maybe a few comments were coming from Ramesh, and I think you had posted. I think that ticked off for KL, and he decided to instead go with sixes and fours. And I think you had mentioned this in our previous episodes where Rahul is this he will play per the game plan, right? He can come in, he can stabilize if needed, he can explode, he can play the convention shots, which I think is great. I think we have gotten the 11, like the right backing. And I think Harsha made this comment how with Hardik getting injured, India has probably
The
found a more formidable balance.
disguise. I told in the last episode also, Hardik not playing is a blessing in disguise
Right,
because if he doesn't perform, you can't drop him.
correct.
So it is a blessing in disguise. And then uh, one stat one day Gill is not out. Carrying
Ah,
a
correct.
bat.
Yeah, correct. That's true. Yeah.
What a
See,
what?
anyway, I think if you break up the innings, right, I think the game plan is pretty clear. First 10 overs, score your 80, 90 odd. And then the next 10, if you can stay close to run a ball, even at 50, 55 runs,
if
then
you don't,
already
if you don't lose wickets, this is a template. First
correct.
10 overs 80 or 90, next
Yep.
10 overs 60 or 70. If you are
Yep.
not losing a wicket, then third 10 80 or 90. If you
Right.
are not losing a wicket, then 30 to 40 110. And
Yep.
then, based on the situation, on the another 100. So
Okay.
I said 385 in our last
Correct.
life. So it is 12 runs more, because
Yeah.
I thought some way a wicket will fall and then Konjo show on. That didn't happen.
Right. Yeah, I think when you guys, when Ramesh and you were chatting, I was also thinking about 410, and there was a point where we could have gotten there, and then there is a point where I thought I'll be happy with 380, and that is where Rahul really stepped it up, and
Yeah.
397 is an awesome score. So see, I think from here on, this is a target which you should be able to very easily
No,
sort
no,
of
we
defend.
can do the preview for the final now.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, and what I loved in general, right? Even in the like Rohit was tuned in, right? He was not like relaxed and thinking that smiling. He was always constantly saying, "Hey, nada pandrenga, step it up." And he always had that mindset, and I think he sent Ashwin down with some message, right, to asking them to keep up the tempo. So I really love how they are completely in it to win it, right? So that's just awesome.
DK said on that the T20 semi-final loss, they felt that they didn't impose much. They
Mm,
had to go order. That's what they did today.
mm,
But don't discount them. But it
correct.
will be a good match. But I'm saying if two bowlers go have a bad day, it will be a good match. But
Yeah.
one only has a bad day, we will defend it.
Correct. See, it's not going. See, we have one of the best bowling attacks as well, right? The way Bumrah is going to start is going to be on point. If those guys get a little streaky and get a couple of boundaries, which will happen, right? They may start with 3 overs, 35 for no loss, and even if that happens, we can pull it back. I think we got the spinners, and Santner bowled well, right? In spite
Uh,
of all these things, we know that the pitch
he
is
did, I
getting
mean,
slower.
first 5 or 6 hours he was not good, but he
Yeah,
finished off well. Okay,
yeah,
but I think they will go for the target of 60 or 70 without no loss in the first
correct,
10,
correct,
because they don't want to lose wickets on the in the top. And
correct.
Brumba has been the dot ball king of the tournament.
Correct.
So I think they will look to not lose wickets in the first time, because if they are even 60 or 70 for three, game over.
Correct. Correct. So yeah, I think that's exactly the plan, right? They know that if they stick to 30 overs, 200 at 210, then they can make a game out of it in the
Yeah,
last 20 by at least having Mitchell.
yeah.
And they got some power hitters too, like Phillips. If he comes good, they have a chance. But having said that, it has been a very clinical performance by India. I
Ama,
think they have a very clean playbook with the roles defined for each player, and they have sort of stuck to it. Anyway, by the way, one comment that Ramesh wanted you to do is the soil analysis. When Conway tried to stop that boundary with using his leg and he injured his knee, obviously we don't want that to happen because he's CSK player, plus we like the
yeah.
Kiwis, and we want a really good game where they give it their best and we still win. So it
Mm.
should be a lot of fun to watch. But kudos to I think Rohit and Dravid. They proved why they are the real captain and coach, and why I should stay as a coach.
The soil, I think all the commentators got the pitch wrong.
Mm,
It's on the slower side, but it is coming if you have the intent to
mm,
bat. So it is not a rank slower one or
yep,
rank tunnel till now.
yep,
But on the ground, I think all the grounds have been soft, because
mm,
they wanted it to be lashed green, and we have seen in many grounds that the outfield
Yep.
chips off. So
Correct.
maybe the ICC has a mandate that it has to be green or whatever.
Correct.
So
Correct.
because
Yeah.
the ground and the pitch is in ICC hands, not
Correct.
BCCI.
Correct. And then what a setting, right, for Virat to score his 50th 100. And it is amazing. I actually recorded it live as well. When Bogle mentions about doing it in front of Sachin Tendulkar and on cue, you see Virat putting his hands down, bowing down to
Yeah, yeah,
Tendulkar. It's a great moment. And then
yeah,
they interviewed Virat at the end of the innings.
yeah. I
And
saw
he
that.
was like super happy to say
Yeah,
that in front of Anushka and with his hero Tendulkar in the
yeah,
stands. I think it was a great setting, right? And it's a tribute to the guy, the way he's just
yeah,
given himself for Indian cricket, being the fitness, right? It's one thing to say you got to be fit. It's one thing to lead it from the front, right from 2014 onwards, right? And he's not young. He's like getting to 35, 36 now, and
mm,
still running hard and doing all the things. It's just great to watch that.
mm. I will make a big call now.
Hmm.
The captain for the next World Cup will be Iyer. Pare.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
So because I think he's the best in the lineup now as a batsman. If he's fit and doesn't get this injury list going,
I'm going to my call is KL Rahul, right? As much as it's been because if you look at if Dravid stays as a coach
ಇಲ್ಲ.
for a little longer, because he may probably pass it on to Lakshman very soon. But even when Lakshman comes in, these guys are in the mold of picking somebody who brings a little bit of stability to the team, right? Who can play all formats. And the India is not the kind to break captain. So I think I'll go. Anyway, I think we have if we pick two, we have good coverage. Yeah, what are correct coach is right. So
Uh, but fantastic innings. We
correct,
can't ask for more. Uh,
correct,
and in a semi and a knockout, chasing 400. If
correct.
the Kiwis chase 400 round, two things.
Yep,
We have to bow down to them,
exactly.
and
Yep,
it will be a fantastic second innings.
correct.
So, viewers, we will catch up on the mid innings analysis of the Kiwis.
Yep.
So, look at the life in 2 hours. So, bye for now.
Bye.
We will get some food and catch the innings.
Yeah. See you.